All right, your focus question for today is what are the key components of a conditional statement? A conditional statement can be written in the form if then. A conditional statement can be written in the form if then.
Oh, like if this happens, then this will.
Exactly. If it's Monday, then the sun will come up. If I'm hungry, then I will eat. If I'm tired, then I will go to sleep. Those are all examples of very basic conditional statements. They're stating conditions, right? If this, then this. If I don't do my assignment when Mr. Holzenbach is absent, then I will get a 0. Okay, conditional statement can be written in the form if then. In a conditional statement, there is a hypothesis. Hypothesis. It follows the if. The symbol for the hypothesis is just the letter P. In a conditional statement, there's also a conclusion. The conclusion in a conditional statement follows. It follows the then. Symbol for the conclusion is the letter Q. This symbol that you'll see, P, arrow, Q. That reads, if P, then Q. And what it means is that since P is the symbol for hypothesis and Q is the symbol for conclusion, you could read this as if the hypothesis, then the conclusion. Okay? All right, so in the statement, if the forecast is rain, if the forecast is rain. Then I will take an umbrella.
That looks like cane. Yours looks like a sea.
Usually. Yeah. All right, so right now we're going to identify the hypothesis and the conclusion of this statement in a complete sentence. That makes sense. So we said that the hypothesis, where is the hypothesis in the statement? After the if. Very good. So in this conditional statement, the hypothesis would be the forecast is rain. The conclusion would be what follows the then, and in this case it is I will take an umbrella. Anybody confused? Very straightforward. What's after the if, in this case, is very straightforward. What's after the if, the forecast is rain, is the hypothesis. What follows the word then is the conclusion. Hypothesis, the forecast is rain. Conclusion, I will take an umbrella. Okay? Any questions? So let's look at a number is divisible by 10. A number is divisible by 10. If its last digit is a 0. And we're going to identify the God, I keep wanting to say hypotenuse. Hypothesis. And the conclusion. Now, do you notice anything different about this conditional than the last one? Yes, sir. It's backwards, and there isn't the word then in there, is there? Could you write this statement in the form if then?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and if you wrote it in the form if then, how would you write it?
If.
Go ahead. Very good. Or could you say if the number's last digit is a 0, then it is divisible by 10? Agreed?
Yeah.
Okay. So if that's the case, and you can write this as an if-then statement, it's a conditional statement, isn't it? And if it's a conditional statement, it has a hypothesis and a conclusion. So in this case, what is the hypothesis?
Its last digit is 0.
A number's last digit is a 0?
Yes.
Good. What about the conclusion?
It's divisible by
It is divisible by 10. It is divisible by 10. All right, let's try one more. Here's your statement. Another performance will be scheduled. If the first one is sold out. And we're going to identify the hypothesis and the conclusion. Who's going to volunteer for the hypothesis? Yes, ma'am. Loud and proud.
The first show is sold out.
The first show is sold out. Does that work?
Yeah.
How about the first performance is sold out? Is that all right? Good. Hypothesis. The first performance is sold out. And the conclusion, yes?
Another performance will be scheduled.
Another performance will be scheduled. Or in this case, could you say another one will be scheduled?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've already let everybody know that it is a performance. Your conclusion is that another one will be scheduled. Another will be scheduled. Yeah, let's say another performance will be scheduled. Will be scheduled. Okay? Any questions there? Everybody real clear on how to identify the hypothesis and the conclusion?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Turn the page. 108, example 2. Now you're going to write an if-then statement. Okay? Identify the hypothesis and the conclusion for each conditional statement, then write the statement in if-then form. Let's go with a mammal is a warm-blooded animal. A mammal is a warm-blooded mammal is a warm-blooded animal. Hypothesis.
An animal is
Good. Your hypothesis can be an animal is warm-blooded. Conclusion. It is a mammal. Very good.
is a animal.
Yes.
Wouldn't that hypothesis have to be an animal is a mammal?
Hypothesis in this case, an animal is a mammal. I guess so. Will it work both ways? All right, you got a hypothesis, you got a conclusion, and now you're going to write a conditional. Who wants to write the conditional? You're going to put it in if-then form now. Yes. Pierce.
If an animal is warm-blooded, then it is a mammal.
If an animal is warm-blooded, then it is a mammal. Oh. Okay, so you're taking a conditional, you're identifying a hypothesis and conclusion, and then you're writing it in if-then form. All right, the two things that you're going to do today. Any questions? All right, in that workbook,